Take 26, I think. Hi everyone, Susan with a reading for the new moon in Aries and the solar eclipse. And I'm laughing, right, because I've been practicing this reading for, like what's going to come through. And this whole energy is about changing. It's about doing things differently. It's about not sticking to the old formula. It's about not having a formula. And it's about total rebirth and letting go of the old. Now, a lot of the old energy that we've all carried does serve us in many ways. It's been the platform, the springboard for where we can truly become authentic. And that being authentic is about letting go of rules, letting go of regulations that have kept you feeling like you've got to do things a certain way. So that's why I'm laughing, right? Because I'm going, well, I don't know where it's going today, but it's certainly going to be a different energy. It's a new higher frequency, a new higher vibration. So we've just come out of Easter energy, and Easter is, without a doubt about rebirth, death and rebirth. We've got Pluto in Aquarius, and this Pluto energy, the way I see it, I see things very differently to astrologers, I think, because I'm not really, my mind doesn't understand a lot of things that astrologers understand, but I see it differently. And what I see with Pluto, it's very much about trying to make sense of things, trying to bring things into order. And really that's our egoic mind that wants to bring things into order. And there's this other part of us, the Aquarian energy that we're going into, that is kind of free flowing. And it's like the ocean, it's like the water. There's this beautiful wave of light that we are riding at the moment. And in this new moon that's coming on the 19th and 20th, the sun, the earth, the moon, all being in alignment. The moon, there's never light on a new moon anyway, but a total eclipse and a solar eclipse. So this energy, and I think it's a hybrid eclipse, which is extremely rare. It's a once in every so many, years event. But what it means is this is a unique opportunity for you to let go of the old story, to totally see yourself differently. Take off the mask, take off the I can't do, take off it's not going to work for me. It's, there's been this whole sense of Groundhog Day. So if you've been going through that Groundhog Day energy, then it's just showing you, it's illustrating to you that yes, you are doing things the same way. You are creating that. And this new moon is this huge opportunity to really redefine who you think you are. And it's to look at yourself through extreme eyes of love, through eyes of new vision, a new way of seeing yourself, not having to fit the mold, not having to do things the old way, not having to conform to what you think other people expect of you. Because really people don't, but they do know when you're out of integrity, and they do know when you're not in your heart and in your power and in your energy. So I really know that this time is where our guides are kind of asking us to look for the patterns that we've created, to look for the patterns that we've chosen to experience in our life. I've just got this image, of somebody in a golf cart. I don't know why it's a golf cart, by the way, but that's how my mind works sometimes. They're in a golf buggy and it's the middle of the night and you're driving along and your guide stops you and he says, come on, step out of the golf buggy and look up at the stars. Look up at your constellation. Now, your constellation or your star sign or where the planets were when you were born determined a set of circumstances. It's like a framework. So that framework is something you decided to come in and live within to find more love, to experience yourself in a more loving way, to bring more love and healing to yourself, to the planet, to the people that you share life with. So the thing that I'm seeing is it's like you have to really look at maybe the framework and the limitations of that framework, because any framework fits into, let's say, a bigger framework, and we're all part of everything. Sorry, sometimes when I read, my mind just goes everywhere. So what I was seeing is that in the new moon energy, so where we've got this eclipse energy, you've got the sun, the moon, and the earth all lining up. So we've got this energy of stillness, darkness, the veils between the world being really thin, the understanding maybe more pieces of your own puzzle, but moving into that energy of no-thingness, nothingness. There is nothing in the sky. The moon isn't there. The sun isn't there. We've got this energy of no thing. Now, in nothing or no thing, there is always something. And that something is consciousness. And that energy of consciousness is, I don't want to say it's increasing, but it's becoming more and more palpable. We're starting to feel more of the effects of it. And one of the ways you might be experiencing that already is this kind of like upliftment of energy of love within you. And it's not that suddenly you've got that person in your life that you love, or that you've got that circumstance in your life, where you go, oh, all my problems are solved. There's this upliftment of your soul energy. It's this upliftment and the rising up of you. That if you've been experiencing that, it's to experience more of it. And you will experience more of it if you become conscious and aware of it. You know that feeling like everything's right in your world and maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. It's knowing that everything is really okay when it's okay with you. So this new moon, this solar eclipse, it will be a drastic new beginning. A letting go of the pain body, a letting go of the anxiety, a letting go of the doubt, the fear that you're not going to be taken care of, or that things aren't going to work out for the best. So many of you have got issues around family. Many of you have got issues of separation or new beginnings, and these new beginnings may come at a time where you feel fearful because you're being called to change your job or change your relationship or change that relationship you've got with your body. But what is on offer at the moment that I'd really love you to be able to tap into is that kind of energy of satisfaction, that all is actually in order. And when you see things like the eclipses, it kind of makes me always marvel and wonder at the greater intelligence that is there. We so get caught up in things going out of our control. You can be driving along and suddenly bang, you have an accident. You can be walking along the street and you might trip over, or something may happen and you kind of think it's out of your control. But things are always moving in a very controlled way. And when you see or understand those planets that are always moving around us and moving really in a very orderly fashion, it kind of reminds me that we are the creators. We're part of this creation. And more, we have to become so aware of our capacity to create through our positive mindset, through our soul energy being online. So I know it always sounds very kind of same, doesn't it? We're moving into love, we're moving into this Aquarian age, but there is a complete surrounding of you at the moment is what I'm seeing. I have this vision of loved ones, guardians, angels, galactic beings surrounding us, absolutely encircling us with their energy, so that palpably we'll be able to feel them, we'll be able to experience that, oh my God, I don't feel alone energy. And for those of you that are open to channel, open to light, open to those messages from the divine, expect that in the next 30 to 60 days, you're going to get the clear indication of what that new you is about, what the new journey is, what the new vision is, what the new focus is. So I really, really, really feel excited. I can't tell you. I even got dressed up for the reading. I was like, I want to wear something that's a bit sparkly and bring that sparkly energy. So I'm going to use Whispers of Love. This book, the artwork is very beautiful. Angela Hartfield, and the artwork by Josephine Wall. So always really lovely. They're called Whispers of Love. So let's see what else, we always need a little bit of a guide as to what else this new moon promises for us. And this Aries energy, I just want to say again about the Aries energy, it takes a lot of fire, courage to be you. And it's this redefining who you are, redefining, it's kind of like I've got this image of you walking out and saying, well, I always wear these clothes. I'm not going to wear them anymore. Or I always do things this way. I'm not going to do it that way anymore. I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do it my way. And, you might find that it's a bit scary, but it's a bit exciting as well. So appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. And what I love about these cards, it's a 33, and I'm laughing because that's very much a number that is appearing to me at the moment. It's the energy of Christ consciousness. It's the age that Jesus was when he passed, or when his life was taken. And it's interesting that, because that phrase, taking your own life, came to me when I was preparing for the reading. And so many people have suffered the loss of loved ones, and so much of the energy at the moment has felt very suicidal. But it's the death of the old self. It's the death of the ego. So if you have been feeling that complete energy where you go, I don't know where this is coming from, but it's definitely not your normal, then what you're tuned into is the whole energy of this rebirth. And that, even that phrase, taking your own life, it's kind of like maybe revisit that, to take your own life in your hands, to surrender a lot to spirit, to surrender to the Christ consciousness, the new energy of love and harmony and peace and joy. And so we're only ever promised this moment, aren't we? We're only ever promised the now. So it is about appreciating all of the gifts that you have. And I love the energy in her hair. So there's, I don't know what they are. There are shells and there are jewels and there's, all sorts of things. And she looks like she's looking into a shell. So looking into this future. And so often we spend our time looking at what is coming rather than appreciating what is right now. So every situation, even if it has been sad, even if there is a death physically, or a death of that old you, or someone that is completely changing and you're kind of in fear of it, it's appreciate the change, appreciate what's going on, appreciate the courage that it takes for a person in your life to step away from a framework that they came into this world with. But they're saying, I need to expand more into that framework. I need to expand into the full consciousness of it. So the full consciousness of that framework that we chose. So the framework that we've chosen has been here to help us grow, to help us evolve, to help us be absolutely amazing. So a beautiful card. 33, very much the creative energy, that energy of double creation, double expression, really expressing who we are, expressing our love, expressing our joy, and of course, expressing our concerns, but maybe not hanging on to that story, and knowing that when we go into an old story, we're just giving it more life, more energy. So this is a time of true rebirth, true recreation. And oh God, I'm excited. Let's see what else comes. Treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. That really speaks into what I was just talking about, that anybody in your life that is maybe going through a hard time, And maybe they're not going through a hard time. Maybe they're going through a great time where they're, suddenly their life's taking off and they're going, oh my God, I've got all this, these exciting opportunities. And sometimes when our loved ones have got new things happening, it can leave us behind. We can kind of feel, well, oh, I don't have that same place in their life that I used to have for whatever reason, because there are so many patterns that keep us, stuck together in certain frameworks. So it'd be a good idea to think about all the relationships that you have and what the framework is. So what role do you play in the relationships that you have? Do you always play the listener, the rescuer? Are you, so really just look at those roles. Are you the one that is always looking to solve a problem or to help with a situation? And many of you will be those people because, that's kind of the energy of the healer. And yet maybe there is going to be a huge call for you to change that and to be the encourager, the one that says, yeah, go do that. And then when your focus is not with those loved ones so much, it frees you up to maybe focus more on what is in your heart, those untapped gifts that you have, because so many of us are not doing the full extent of what we could be doing. And I don't mean like doing in a way of achievement. I mean experiencing. Are we experiencing all of our gifts, all of our capacity to be creative? And it really is this time of creation. So I love that. And again, how important is it really to spend that time with loved ones, to treasure their every experience, whatever that experience is. And if you do have loved ones going through some drama, some pain, it's to know that through those experiences, they have the opportunity to grow, to expand themselves, to see themselves differently. Okay, third card, receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. And I love that. It's almost like she's got a snowflake in her hand. And that snowflake energy, snowflakes, when they land, they just dissolve into water. So this may be a gift that you're about to receive of somebody else's vulnerability, somebody else's emotion, because this new moon energy will bring up a lot of emotion. And being able to receive whatever is on offer will take a lot of courage. It will take a lot of, change in the way that you maybe receive. Because I know for many of you, it's a number 34. So that 3 energy, again, being able to express thanks and gratitude. And 4, having that new foundation for that. Because if you're used to being that person that is always giving, it's very hard to receive. But there is also this energy of receiving the light, receiving the energy of spirit. And I do know that they are very adamant at the moment. There's kind of this thing of, we're there, we're guiding you, we're showing you, we want you to take time. So I'm being shown 2 o'clock in the morning. Around that time, if you are one of those people that wake up in those early hours, maybe you get up, you go to the loo or whatever, and sometimes it's kind of like, it's a bit hard to go back to sleep. But I would encourage you, if you can, to just somehow get outside of your place of residence, whether it's a unit or a house. And I don't know, it won't work for everybody. Maybe it's open the window, but almost to be in the energy of the atmosphere at that time. And just maybe to put on something and get outside and just be in that really stillness, that still energy, the dark energy, the no-thingness, where we become more and more aware of energy. So really beautiful time. I know that it will bring a lot of change for you and a closeness. Very transformational time. This last card, have faith and trust in the situation. So if you are at that point where there is this, and there will be a rebirth of some sort for you, you may be doubting it. You may be saying, oh, here we go again. It's Groundhog Day. Here we go again. This particular new moon it's pivotal. The effects of it will carry us through for the next 6 months. It will be something that I'm being shown will be gold in your life. It will be strong. It will be sincere. So if there's new relationships, believe in them. If there are new opportunities for work and you're scared, believe in it. If you're ready to change what you're doing and you're not 100% sure that you'll be successful, have faith in yourself. Have faith that if you've been shown it's time to let go of something, then have faith in that, because we're being given this big push towards being on target is what I'm seeing. Being on target with our soul's journey. Okay, so I'm very drawn as well. That's a number 12, which is again a 3. And I'm being very drawn to the blue butterfly. So when you can see that number 12 and that blue, very much a time of expression, of being truthful with your words, the power of your words to create or destroy. Okay, lovely people, thanks for listening. And again, always really appreciate those of you that subscribe and share, and look forward to seeing you again soon for another reading. Take care. Bye for now.